Bears emergency. An explosive prospect might revolutionize our offense if he can escape the clutches of the Raiders. While one of our defensive commanders just secured their future in Chicago with a contract that has everyone celebrating. But it's not all good news. Our blindside guardian is facing a ticking clock that threatens to destabilize the entire offensive line. 3 critical situations that will define whether we fight for the title or fall into mediocrity. Stay until the end to discover the exclusive that will shake the foundations of Soldier Field. A bombshell has just exploded on the NFL draft scene, and the Chicago Bears are right at the heart of it. Pro Football Focus experts have named our team the All-Pro destination for Ashton Jeanty, the explosive running back from Boise State. But what does this really mean for our franchise? I'll tell you this. It's no coincidence that after completely revamping our offensive line, analysts see Chicago as the perfect place to develop the next great running back in the league. Ryan Poles has transformed what was one of the worst offensive lines into a potentially dominant group. The acquisition of veterans like Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson, along with signing Drew Dalman, has revolutionized the interior of our line. Add to this the development of Darnell Wright on the right side and the combination of Braxton Jones and Kieran Amagagi on the left. The result? The most stable offensive line we've seen in years. Remember how Caleb Williams was thrown to the Wolves last year? I believe that disaster won't repeat. The difference between that team and the current one is vast. With Ben Johnson and his elite coaching staff, any rookie coming to Chicago will have the perfect environment to shine. And if we talk specifically about Jeanty, we'd be looking at the ideal situation. A talented running back behind a revamped line in a team with a solid defense. Every running back's dream, but here's the problem, and it's a big one. Will Jeanty actually be available when we pick at number 10? I ask you, haven't you noticed the rumors about the Raiders picking him at number 6 have increased significantly? I tell you, this might force us to look for value in the second round with prospects like Quinton Judkins or Trevayon Henderson. What's fascinating is that, due to the environment we've built, even a second-round running back could have a similar impact to Jeanty if the latter ends up in a rebuilding franchise. Isn't that the true difference between successful and mediocre organizations? A star can fade in the wrong place, while a less hyped talent can shine with the right support. Switching gears, but keeping the focus on team building, the Bears have just secured a key piece of their defense. TJ Edwards has signed a 2-year extension worth $20 million. And you know what? This is exactly the kind of move that builds dynasties. Edwards has been a revelation since he returned to his hometown. In just 2 seasons with us, he's racked up 284 tackles, 14 quarterback hits, 10 passes defended, 6.5 sacks, and 4 interceptions. To put it in perspective, these numbers surpass many of his stats from 4 years with the Eagles. Coincidence? I don't think so. Our new head coach, Ben Johnson, although he hasn't officially coached Edwards yet, is already impressed. His words were clear. It's hard not to notice the positive influence TJ has in our building, and we're excited to have his leadership as we work to build our team. When a coach with Johnson's offensive reputation immediately highlights a defensive linebacker, that says a lot. Ryan Poles also made it clear that Edwards is crucial for the future. TJ has had a positive impact on our organization over the past 2 years, both on and off the field. This extension is a statement of intent. We're building something special in Chicago, and we want our leaders secured. But let's be honest, one swallow doesn't make a summer. Our defense finished last season ranked 27 in total defense, allowing 354.3 yards per game. Against the run, the problem was even worse. Ranked 28, allowing 136.3 yards per game. I ask you, isn't it unsettling that with so much individual talent, our collective numbers are so mediocre? The arrival of Dennis Allen as defensive coordinator should mark a turning point. With Grady Jarrett and Gervin Dexter on the defensive, line Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds at the second level, and a secondary led by Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Kevin Byard, and Yaquan Brisker, we have elite pieces at every level. I tell you, there are no excuses not to be one of the best defenses in the NFL this season. And speaking of Yaquan Brisker, there's good news on that front. Johnson mentioned that he believes Brisker has been fully cleared after his last concussion. Brisker himself has stated he's healthy and that the total number of concussions he's suffered is not concerning. I'm in a great place, were his words regarding his brain health. Coming from someone who suffered a concussion in each of his 3 NFL seasons, let's hope it's true. But it's not all good news in the Bears camp. Braxton Jones, our starting left tackle, seems to have limited participation in training camp as he recovers from ankle surgery. Ben Johnson was direct about it. Will he be limited in training camp? I'd say probably at this point, but I think the progress is right where it needs to be right now. Why is this critical? One thing for 2 fundamental reasons. First, Jones is entering the final year of his rookie contract. A former 5th-round pick who has started 40 games in 3 years has a lot to prove to secure his financial future. Second, and perhaps more importantly, he is the only unreinforced point in our revamped offensive line, while Darnell Wright is solidifying on the right side and our interior is fortified with Thuney, Dowman, and Jackson. The left side remains a question mark. If Jones can't fully recover, Kieran Amagaji might get his chance. I ask you, are we comfortable with a rookie protecting Caleb Williams' blind side after what we saw last season? The 2025 free agent market showed that teams are willing to pay big bucks for left tackles, even those with age, injury, or inconsistent performance issues. At 26 years old and with positive PFF grades, especially in pass protection, Jones could be preparing for a big contract if he manages to stay healthy and perform at the expected level. The 2025 season will be defining for many of our key players. Edwards has just secured his future, but Jones and Brisker are entering crucial contract years. The physical aspect and health will be determining for both, and the team's success will largely depend on their contributions. Are entering a new era with Ben Johnson at the helm, a revamped offensive line, and key defensive pieces secured. But questions remain. Will we get our running back of the future in the draft? Can Dennis Allen turn defensive potential into tangible results? Will Braxton Jones rise to the challenge in his contract year? I believe we are closer than ever to becoming relevant again. The combination of young talent like Caleb Williams and proven veterans like Edwards gives us a solid foundation. Now it's up to Johnson and his staff to maximize this potential. The NFC North won't be easy, but the Bears are building something that can last. Do you think Ashton Jeanty will be the final piece to turn our offense into elite? Or would you prefer to wait until the second round to select a running back? Your opinion matters in this community. TJ Edwards' renewal shows a commitment to our defensive identity. Is this move enough to transform our defense from 27 to the top 10 in the league? Share your analysis in the comments. With Braxton Jones possibly limited in training camp, should we consider another option to protect Caleb Williams' blind side? Your perspective is valuable to all of us .Bears family. This channel exists thanks to you. If you value this exclusive content and want more in-depth analysis of our team, subscribe now and activate the bell. We're building the most passionate Bears fan community, and your participation is vital for continued growth. Bear down.